DLS Wave, another day, another glorious life. All right, so we're gonna check out a video today from Botswana, our friendly neighbors, the Bots. So the president of Botswana made a really impressive, I think it was like a press statement. He was talking to his government about cutting down expenses and travel expenses and not needing a huge, what do you call those guys behind like a president?
Like an entourage.
Yeah, huge entourage of people who are gonna, like he said, be speaking in his ears and some holding his documents and bags. It's all unnecessary. So let's jump right into it.
Please take your seats and accept my apologies. It's not me who demands that you stand. Apparently, that's the way things are done. I apologize. But thank you very much for being here today to witness this event. When I travel, I trim down the team. I don't want to take the minister, take her away from her core responsibilities, balloon the size of the delegation unnecessarily. Why? Because when I walk around, somebody must be holding my files and my briefcase and must always be whispering to me because I haven't read and I don't understand. I'm not like that. I advise myself because I've read the documents and I can engage meaningfully with whoever. So I don't need a whole delegation. I can go alone, actually, by the way. I'm enough. By myself. Otherwise, I would not be worthy representative of the bar of Botswana. As an advocate of this, when a foreign jurisdiction wants a legal opinion on any aspect of the law in Botswana, the law itself says you seek the opinion of an advocate in that jurisdiction. If I can render those opinions to foreign countries, I cannot go alone and engage. That would be a terrible vote of no confidence on not just myself, but the legal profession that raised me. So when I travel, I look at the size of, and they know I cut it down. I need myself. I need somebody who will tell me, these are the meetings. This is the place where the meeting is. Ordinarily, I would do that myself. But they insist you must have somebody chaperoning you. Can't run away from some of these. But other than that, the Minister of International Relations has a lot on his plate. There are crises all over the place. And I have to take him because I'm going to discuss investments in Oman, investments in Ras Al Khaimah, investments in Switzerland. I have to be carrying a whole battalion and government doesn't work because it will be said, now you're operating away from. No. I am the chief diplomat of this republic. The foremost, most eloquent spokesperson of this republic is its president. And so when I step out there, brother, I step out in the service of this republic. And when I do so, I leave my all there. That's me. That's how we all must be. Every one of us. You don't need to be chaperoned. You don't need to be... No. You must know your stuff. You must read. You must inform yourself. Information is readily available in this day and age. So sometimes it is nice, it is prestigious to have 20 people around you. No. Where we are, you need a very small delegation of people who are absolutely essential.
Man, like Sheldon will say, the guy is cooking. Let him cook. Yeah. Man, I love everything he said, and I'm feeling like he's like Traore 2.0. But the crazy part is, before we started this video, we actually checked up on his age. The guy is 55 years old. Because I was about to put him on, like, you know, in the same age group as Traore, but this guy is 55 years old, so I think he's been around. He knows exactly what he's talking about. And I love the fact that he has this mindset, which we've all been craving for African leaders to have, right?
Yeah.
We've seen many presidents or many leaders traveling with like all these huge entourage, and we keep asking ourselves the same question. Yeah. There was once, I forgot which specific conference they went to. I think it was the ex-president of Ghana. I think he took like, I forgot, over 60 or 70 delegates. Meanwhile, the same conference, the Japanese president and his entourage were, I think, 6 people or 7 people. So it just kind of makes you think, why do we need so many people when the same conference, right, a different leader brings about 6 to 7 people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just for many African countries, it's just that prestige, like he said, it's prestigious to have all these things around you. And you must have your speech writer with you, you must have your secretary with you, you must have your minister of this, minister of that, somebody to hold your bag and all that. All those things, they just wallow in that prestige of being a president and being followed by all kinds of person. But forgetting that is a lot of burden on the taxpayers' money, because when a president is traveling, obviously the tickets for everybody, even if not everybody, the core team is usually business class or first class, whatever, and these are very expensive. Hotels, the president cannot sleep in a $200 hotel. Well, he can, but I mean,
for safety and security reasons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For the president, let's say he'll get the best. But if the president is getting the best, then the people who are going with him are getting the second best, and the second best is equally expensive. And when you put it all together times so many people, it amounts to a lot of money. And most of the people who are going there have no bearing on the purpose of the visit. So yeah, I mean, he really raised some good points there, and I think it's the way to go.
All right, I can't wait to see the rest of it. So let's get back into it.
And when I went, I had a Geoscience Institute. I had a few. I had Botswana Development Corporation. Absolutely necessary for the conversations that I was going to have there. And from Oman, with the Omani Investment Authority, on the 26th of November, the head of the Omani Investment Authority will be here to do something pretty much like what we are doing. Projects, delivery. Anton Chekhov, don't tell me the moon is shining. Show me some glint of light on broken glass. That's what I'm showing now. Glint of light. Size of delegation, not important. Have you communicated with the Minister of International Relations? Yes. Sometimes I have to communicate with myself only. That's what the Constitution says. The President can act on his own advice. When he does, allow him. The Constitution has given him that power. There's no problem with it. If you have a problem with it, you change the Constitution. I follow it to the letter and its spirit. But I also save the country a lot of money in the process. That's how we do these things. And so, trade, for international relations, where they are required, you will see them. Where there's no way of excluding them, even if we wanted to trim down the size of the delegation, they will be there. But where we can do without many of these, we will, and save the country some money. That is why I've said, I say it again, that this country will be spectacularly different in 3 years. The first year is gone. We have 2. It's got to happen. One member of parliament was admonishing me today. She says, you are setting timelines that are too tight. You are putting yourself under pressure. Give yourself some more leeway. I said, no, I want to put myself under immense pressure. When your house is burning, you run at breakneck speed. And we are at that point where we should work around the clock. These deadlines mean that we work day and night to deliver. And only after we've delivered would we be entitled to rest and gloat, perhaps, so that we lay a firm foundation for generations that will come after us. This is the situation folks.
Yep.
Some
I mean,
strong
those
words
are
there.
like good points. If you guys want to watch the rest of the video, it's online. You guys can go check it out. But I feel like he hit all the right points.
Yeah.
Because, many a times we've all been crying the same cry about, saving and protecting the government coffers, which is literally the taxpayers' money. But it looks like most leaders, it's like they just there to kind of spend the money on themselves. Like you said, he was making a good point that you need to prepare before you go to these places, these meetings, these conferences.
Yeah.
So why would you need your speech writer, your international affairs minister, whatever? Like you said, if whatever you're going to talk about or whatever conference does not include their expertise, then why take them with you?
Yeah.
Right? So for me, it's like, 100%. I just wish, like, this man, President Boko, and try. I think it's about time we look to these leaders and get some real, great leadership, like, a strong forefront going for Africa. I don't know what you got to add, but for me, this is like an excellent speech.
Yeah, I agree. And I like especially when he said that he's a chief diplomat. I mean, you have ambassadors and all that, but if you are going somewhere and the delegation includes the president, the president is, like he described it, he's a chief diplomat. He should be the chief negotiator. And so he should get all the information before he goes and take only the people who are absolutely necessary for the trip. I mean, if you're going to another foreign country, in your home country, you can have 1,000 security. But if you go to another country, you can't be carrying around your 1,000 security, man. They provide you security. You take your small core of security, but you'll see them with 3, 4, 5 bodyguards and so many people. But another thing he said that I was really impressed about was when he mentioned about pressure, giving himself pressure.
Yeah, I like that responsibility part.
Exactly.
Accountability. Right?
He's motivating himself by giving himself pressure. Otherwise, he's just going to relax and say, oh, forget it, we still have 2 years. But no, you have to set a timeline and work with that timeline. Otherwise, you will not achieve anything. And I think that's where most of our African leaders fall short, because they just come in, oh, we have 4 years. This year, let's do this. Let's leave that one for next year. But he's saying it. He's giving himself that pressure, and he's actually defending it in front of members of parliament. So it tells you that the guy is motivated and he's serious about what he's doing. But of course, the end justifies the means. So we'll judge him 2 years from now. But I feel like he's got a motivation to move that country forward.
Yeah, I like his demeanor and the way, like I said, he's talking about himself in a space that is more like, taking responsibility. This is my responsibility, right? If my people are under pressure, why would I take the pressure off myself?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, kudos to our President Boko, and we do really, really hope, like, he does everything he says he's gonna do. So guys, see you on the next episode. DLS, we're out.
Peace.